Hello there, everybody. I was just mid eating my pizza. Friday night takeaway.
Nice.
It is. Right. Typical that it got delivered just as we're about to go on air. Welcome to the Heat Army podcast. I say the podcast that is nearly full. I say we've got lots to talk about. Sorry we weren't on last night, but Mickey was at the ladies' game, and we'll be talking about that later on. It was quite an eventful game. And a good result as well, Mickey. Also, we're talking about last weekend's fixture as well. 3-1 win at home to Kettering Town. A great first half performance, a good battle in second half performance. We showed two sides of the coin to what Gates can do. And also as well, we'll be previewing Chester tomorrow and Guiseley on Bank Holiday Monday. So we hope that if you can't make it to the game, you can join us on the commentary here on Heat Army Podcast. And we'll be bringing you the full match and full interactive show as ever. We've already got got lots of messages coming in there. Mason Ford, evening gents, hope you're well. Looking forward to the action of packed weekend. David Tron, evening lads. We've got train spotting with Luke. Hello gents, I'm glad to be back at the league action with a win against Kettering. Just a quick question: are you providing commentary for the Guiseley match? Well, I already beat you to it. Yes, we are. And Charles Wolf has put hi lads, and we've got one more message from Gordon Manning. And he's put, evening lads, how are you doing very well. And
Thank you, Gordon.
I say we'll kick it off with obviously what happened on Saturday. A great first half performance. We've got the goals. We'll play them out now. We've trimmed down the highlights, so don't worry, it's not the full game. But we'll play the goals out, and then we'll obviously talk about the game. But remember, do share the podcast live and interact with us, and let us know which was your favourite goal as well of the afternoon last Saturday.
Today's manager, whoever it is,
it's Paul Cox, well known in the National League as Ollie tries to play it out to Kedwin Scott, who's got time, cuts inside, gets a shot off, scores on his debut! Kedwin Scott! All he needs is the ball at his feet in the box, and that is what happens. A goal on his debut. It's Gateshead 1, Kettering Town 0.
That was a great finish from Kedwin Scott there. Received the ball in the box, managed to put inside, and it's a great finish into the bottom near post. We'll get all the way through.
Chapman plays the ball over the top, looking for Tinkler. Beaten in the air, but it's going to fall to the captain, Ollie, who dinked it down. Gets the ball back now. It's Macaulay Langstaff. Gets a shot off. It's 2-0. Lovely finish, but the vision from Ollie created the goal, and Macaulay Langstaff has got in on the action as well.
That's a great finish, and quite a tight angle from Macaulay Langstaff there. But yes, brilliant work from Greg Ollie in the middle of the park. Kettering have a man down on the far side as well. Their doctors come on to see what. So
I think he was I think it might be Calder. He did go up to win a header, and I didn't follow him. As Lewis Story brings the ball forward, he's got movement in front of him. Macaulay Langstaff plays it out to Kedwin Scott. If he looks up, he's got Nicholson, but he plays it inside to Greenfield. And Ollie now has the ball, plays it inside to Campbell, who gives it back to Ollie, and Gates would win it back. Williamson manages to get it through. Now Macaulay Langstaff gets the ball at his feet. Can he get a shot off himself? He's got another man to beat. Goes for it. Deflection. It's 3-0. Kedwin Scott just nods the ball down. I think there was a deflection from Macaulay Langstaff pass from shot. But Gateshead motoring, going through the gears, and it's 3-0 here at Gateshead International Stadium. 23 minutes gone. You couldn't ask for a better start.
Oh, you couldn't. I know we've just said that Kettering still pose a threat, but so did Gateshead, clearly.
Well, it was a fantastic afternoon. Nearly 800 there in the Tyne-and-Wear stand. And also, we forgot to mention as well, our guest tonight, Jacob Chapman, the Gator goalkeeper, who was in goal on Saturday, just arrived on loan from Huddersfield for the season. So we'll be speaking to him. But Mickey, you were there on Saturday. Just an all-round great feel-good factor.
Oh, it was just lovely being back at a football match, Dave, wasn't it? I know you had the commentaries and stuff last season, and that's the first game I'd been to since Kings Lynn.
Yeah,
it was just when I just walked in and I walked up into the stand and just was like, wow, I'm back. And the performance, first off, absolutely excellent. Kedwin took his goals really well. First one really just shifted out his feet and cracked it in the bottom corner. Second one's just a reaction.
He's in the right place, wasn't he?
And hopefully that's what we're going to get with Kedwin. And Macaulay Langstaff, I thought, was excellent. during the game, and thought Louis Story and Mike Williamson were rock solid at the back as well, and it's a really good performance. Really pleased. I mean, second half would made it harder, but they couldn't have got any worse, and they lifted their game for the second half. But we got 4 or 5 in that first half, Dave, and
we hit the post as well in the second half when Paul Blacker
he
come on as well. He looked very dangerous. The front three, the movement.
You've gone. You there, Dave?
Oh, are you still there, Mickey? Don't know what happened there, but we are back. Apologies about that.
I never heard you there. It just completely went blank.
Yeah, it just went blank on mine. Hopefully we are back if someone let us know. I think we are. Yeah, but I mean, the movement between the front three was fantastic. They were pulling defenders all over. All three of the forward line were dropping deep and getting involved in building up the play. And yeah, just a great all-round performance. Of course, the second half was a bit more backs to the wall. They made a change at half-time, and that change paid dividends for Kettering. Really got them on the front foot, and Gateshead rid the storm well for much of it. The goal that they pulled back, I know there was appeals for offside, but to be honest, it was just a beautiful ball into the box and well timed, but run by Powell.
Yeah, it was. It was. Someone joked next to me, the Gateshead defence didn't see that Powell at the back post because of their number 24, but
yeah, he's a bit late.
No, it's a unit late, wasn't he? But that's can it speak, so
yeah, definitely. I mean, thing is, so he made life really difficult. He was just an absolute man mountain, wasn't he? Anytime anyone went near him. So it was, yeah, it was one of them. We've got a few messages that have come in. Luke is, I'm heading off to Cumbria this week on my holiday, hoping to see a Carlisle match, to see John Mellish. Hopefully that'll be good. Hi lads, I was at the Kettering game. It was good to be back at the stadium after 2 years away. It certainly was, and the noise when we scored was just amazing. And what did you think of their number 24? That'll be Kyle Perry, who we were talking about. Yeah, he's the tank.
He's a unit.
After the Gaisley match, won't have to wait too long for the next home game. Yeah, that's from Luke. So if you want to send us a message from whatever platform you're listening on, please do that. I think we'll be being joined in about 5 minutes by Jacob Chapman, Gateshead's goalkeeper on loan from Huddersfield. And just before we go a little bit further on, there was another signing made just before the Kettering game. And this is what Matty Jacob had to say to Gateshead FC TV on Friday before the game.
Matty, so you're now officially sort of as a Gateshead player. First off, how are you feeling to get things finalised?
I'm excited for the initial 6 months that I'm going to be here, and just happy that it's all been sorted out.
And what was it that attracted you mainly to come to the club?
I'd say the level. National League North, I know it's a good standard, and can't wait to see it for myself.
And you've been obviously on loan in sort of the men's senior game at Pickering before and played sort of 23s football. So how do you feel like the step up is going to be for yourself?
Yeah, no disrespect to Pickering, it was a great opportunity for me when I went there, but it's a big step up. It's fighting for 3 points every week, and people's jobs are on the line.
And what kind of things have Mike and Bustard spoken to you about in terms of the way they want to play and how you'll fit into that?
I know it's intense football, pressing off the ball, and then with the ball we like to play out, which all suits me, and so I think I'll fit in quite well.
And obviously fans who won't have seen you play or might not be familiar with you, how would you kind of describe yourself and the way you like to play?
I like to get on the ball as much as I can, play passes into midfield, winger can get around them, up and down the touchline, getting crosses in, and then block crosses, be a defender, as it should be.
And obviously it's the first game of the season after last Saturday's cancellation this weekend here against Kettering. For you, how much are you just looking forward to that and getting stuck in?
Yeah, obviously I've never seen the Gateshead game, so I can't wait to see all the fans and see what the atmosphere is like. So, can't wait to get going.
Well, he ended up coming on off the bench after Alex Nicholson, who was playing at left back, got injured in the second half. And to be perfectly honest, I think that was probably about the time he might have been introduced anyway, with about 20 minutes to go. Hopefully Alex Nicholson is all right. But the youngster come in and did all right on the left-hand side. Looked more of a left back than Alex Nicholson, of course. Noticeably had to cut in to get on his right foot across the ball in. But Nicholson did very well, didn't he, at left back? And but what excites me, what excites me more is that I think when we've got the 3 centre backs and the 2 wingers, the creativity we'll be exploiting more of the pitch going forward than just the movement just in front of the box.
Definitely. It's quite an exciting prospect of having Mike Elliott and Louis Story at the back.
Yeah.
And you've got Alex Nicholson, you've got Matty Jacobs bouncing down them wings. It's going to be quite exciting to watch. I hope they're as good defences as we hope they are.
I think there will be. As I say, as a unit, they look very, very good together in pre-season.
Yeah, it's just I just hope Elliot Forbes is fit soon.
Yeah, as I say, well, obviously Hunter as well. It would be nice to have all the players available. There was a few missing there, and of course Owen Bailey made his debut as well. Quite a few made the debut on Saturday. I think nearly everyone gave it a good account of themselves. Danny Greenfield put himself about. I'm sure he was sore on Sunday because he was in the way of quite a few shoulder barges and pushes from behind, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. I think Daniel admitted it himself. He's a good ball player, but he's not the greatest tackler in the world, is he?
Right, he made life difficult right across the park, and I mean,
that's what you want. Yeah, work his bollocks off. That's all I want.
It tells you everything when obviously Lewis Story got man of the match. When you had players that had created 2 goals, scored 2 goals, that missed out on it, and the performance right across the park was just fantastic. And it might have been a little bit ugly in the second half, but they come through it, and that's the main thing, because Gated of old might have crumbled. I
don't know. I'd say if Ian Bogey had been in charge still, I think we might have been hanging on near the end.
That's what I was saying. That Gated of old, not of course.
But the lad who's coming on had quite an impressive debut as well, to be fair.
Certainly is. Well, Luke has put Chester are coming back from a shocking 3-0 defeat against Kirshnoshton, and they haven't had a win since they started the league. Well, you know what's going to happen on Saturday.
Luke, please, no, don't say things like that.
Famous last words. Just if anyone's wondering, hasn't been edited at all. I have been eating a lot of this pizza during the adverts and things like that. Just so if I want to do it, I can't, because it just the continuity's gone. So that's just my excuse.
I'm sitting here bloody starving,
and I'm hungry. So we're doing a bit for the AMSR crowd as well, and we're chewing. So there we go. As I say, if y'all just join us, thank you very much. You can message like lots of people have done already. We are waiting for Jacob Chapman to join us, the young Australian lad on loan from Huddersfield Town. It'd be lovely to talk to him. I've managed to speak to him at Gated Stadium in passing. He's a lovely lad, and it'd be nice to give him a little bit of time in the spotlight and introduce him all the Gated fans. And just before we do that, so he's just getting his camera ready. He's joined us. What we'll do is we'll play out an advert from our sponsors and how to join us, and then we'll speak to Luke. Not Luke, Jacob. Don't know what Luke This is Danny Greenfield. He doesn't know he's being watched at the moment, but we know he's subscribing to the He Down Me podcast. He's also following us on Twitter and Facebook, and you can do the same. But Danny, the camera is always watching.
Oh, that's a lovely picture of Danny Greenfield I've just took. What's that? Danny, man, keep your legs together. Oh, no, I can't use this.
That's right, Danny. Keep them clever, keep them together. Well, welcome to the podcast. Thankfully, Danny Greenfield didn't slap us when he seen us after that advert. But how are you doing, Jacob?
Good, very good, thank you. How are you guys?
Fantastic.
Well, a bit of a seeing you, son.
Sorry, say that again.
I knew this would happen. All the better for seeing you.
Oh, yeah. Definitely, I'll take that.
Obviously, it's a massive welcome to the club. You played your first competitive match as well, come away with a win. I'm sure you would like to have had a clean sheet, but you must be happy with the performance of the team as a whole on the day.
Yeah, I think I would have loved a clean sheet, especially on debut, especially in front of the fans and that. But I mean, the main thing is that we got the win. I mean, couldn't ask for a better start. 3-0 up in 25, 30 minutes. And it's always going to be a bit tough when you start that well in a game, because obviously the other team's going to have to just throw the kitchen sink at it. Otherwise I'd get battered 6-7-0. So I think even though we lost the second half, we still managed the game really well. Because the goal being prevented, yeah, probably. Was it offside? Yeah, probably. But otherwise, there's still so many positives from that. So something to build on for tomorrow and in the future for sure.
Certainly was. I mean, maybe the change at half time, and as you said, they had to throw the kitchen sink at it. And they say, but on the plus side is we read it well. It wasn't like we were really scrambling, but we held our line and kept them at bay. But that's got to be a big positive as well, because obviously it's nice to go 3-0 in 30 minutes, but not every game's going to be like that. Yeah,
no, exactly. I think. Like I said, it was a good test for us actually in the second half. We could have easily just, gone into the second half thinking, oh, we're 3-0 up already, we're killing it, and just kind of throw the game away. But that's pretty much what our halftime talk was about. Pretty much, don't take this lead for granted. They're not a bad team at all. So if you give them an inch, they'll take it a mile. So don't give them anything. Definitely got the players to hurt us. So we went in. Knowing the second half was going to be a lot different, which it was. Obviously, you could see they were pressing and they were just a lot more aggressive. We could have definitely performed better in the second half, for sure. We could have even scored 1 or 2 goals. In saying that, though, like I said, it wasn't easy. So I think overall we managed it well. And like I said, the most important thing, we won 3-1. Was a good win. Great way to start the season.
Certainly was. We've got a lot of questions being sent in for you, but before we ask them out from the viewers, I'm just going to say, how did an Australian lad end up at Huddersfield Town?
Yeah, so a bit of, I don't know. My mum and dad don't like when I say I was a bit lucky, but I think I was in a way, because I originally got in touch with an agency and my agent, who's my agent now. Who have done wonders for me ever since I kind of met them, and I got introduced to them from my dad had a mate who knew this guy. We just went through so many people just because my dad worked at a pub that knew a few people. So I was lucky enough to meet them. I ended up just sending that agency my clips. I said, here you go, just can you get me any trials in England? And he contacted as many clubs as he could, and I was lucky enough to get a trial at Brentford and then Huddersfield and then Bournemouth. So I travelled the whole country. My mum came over with me, and it was amazing actually. As nervous as I was for especially the first trial, it was amazing just getting used to English football and the differences. And I rocked up to my first session at Brentford with artificial boots on, because for artificial grass, because that's all I ever played on. In Australia, and I was like Bambi on ice that whole session. I was just slipping everywhere, couldn't kick, couldn't catch. I'm I couldn't believe it. But then I learned so much from that trial going into the Huddersfield and Bournemouth trial, and just gave it my all and just hoped it was enough. And lucky enough, Huddersfield offered me something, and just was lucky enough to sign there in the end. So. A bit of a cool story, but very grateful as well. I had a little bit of luck involved, so I would definitely take it there. So,
and how
it's awesome.
Did the loan come about to Gateshead? Because obviously, I know a lot of young goalkeepers do want to be on the pitch playing competitive games, because obviously a lot of clubs will have quite a few players, goalkeepers about, but of course only one can play at any one time. What was the motivation for you to come to Gateshead, and how did it come about?
Yeah, that is a frustrating thing about a goalkeeper. Obviously, only one can play at a time, and you can't really play any other positions, unfortunately. As much as I would like to, play striker sometimes, but no, I think we had a few lads at Huddersfield that have been on loan to Gateshead in the past, and like Dom Tier, for example, and I've seen. I always saw videos of him scoring goals, and I always watch the highlights, and I can always remember thinking like. Pitch, the stadium, the fans, just it's like a really good club to go to. I always thought if Gateshead ever came in and said, "Do you want to come?" I thought that's definitely one of the clubs I would love to go to. I thought like I could definitely gain loads of experience, and then their interest actually came in, and Paul Clements, my goalkeeper coach at Huddersfield, agreed with me, and I guess originally gave me the idea of going on loan and getting experience, which is massive for any player, especially a goalkeeper. There's so many goalkeepers out there. There was one I was looking at with Clem, Freddie Woodman. He's just got his Premier League debut, for Newcastle. It was a week before. He's had so many loans and got all that experience, and now he's rewarded and he's playing in the Premier League for Newcastle, and like the Pickford and that have done it. So I knew it definitely helped my career. So I definitely wanted to come here for that side of it, but also just the competitive side, and you're playing for 3 points, and I've missed that feeling for 2.5, 3 years now, and I thought that's proper football in front of fans, atmosphere, hanging on for 3 points on a Saturday Arvo. It's just what football is about. So. Definitely when there was interest, there was no second thoughts. I thought, yeah, definitely I want to go then, start straight away.
Fantastic.
Certainly more physical.
Yeah, definitely. But I think you saw that with the big lad that came on the weekend. But that's what football is about.
Message about that. Mick Scully's put, what did the big lad say to Jacob at the end of the game when they were coming off the pitch? He looked like he was encouraging him.
No, he's a very nice guy actually. He came up to me and just said I managed the game really well. He just gave me a compliment on managing the game, and just how I managed it and stuff. And he just said that killed our momentum, to be honest. So he did well, and just giving me praise about that, which is very nice of him.
Nice to see, because he got a little bit of stick when he came on from some fans.
I heard, but he's he's at this level for a reason though. Like he's uses his strength very well. He's still got a good touch, and he's a threat. So I thought we handled him quite well on the weekend.
I think Owen Bailey's still picking himself up off the ground when he
probably still is. He's probably still lying down.
Yeah, I thought he trotted him at one point.
I would rather not get trodden him by him, that's for sure. I'd still be rolling around on the ground screaming.
But
so how old were you when you decided to come over?
I just turned 18, so it was end of 2018. I started my trials because that was kind of always a plan. My dad was with Sheffield United a bit when he was around that age, and my dad's dad, obviously my granddad, played for Sheffield United properly, and it was always in the family, and it's something I always admired to do, and was a goal of mine. So as soon as I turned 18, it was pretty much my 18th birthday present. My mum and dad said, yeah, well, like my dad said, I'm sending you over to Europe. I don't want you to come back. I don't care where you're playing, who you're playing for, just go to Europe. And
did he not like you that much?
Apparently
I
not.
don't want you to come back.
Maybe the other 3 sons are for him, but not for me. Nah, definitely. Obviously, as much as obviously I'd love to be living in Australia with my family. Obviously, if it takes moving away from them to at least try and make it in football, I'm definitely willing to do that. So,
I mean,
you've heard of Kenny Lowe?
Yeah.
He used to play for Gateshead.
Yeah. I think actually one of the lads was talking about it the other day.
Yeah,
he's familiar name.
Was that Perth Glory he was at?
Yeah, Perth. And then I think he played for a Melbourne team.
Mm-hmm.
Melbourne City, maybe,
was
I think.
For assistant coach at Australia as well?
Sorry?
Wasn't he assistant coach with the Australian team, or one of the coaches in the Australian national?
not the full coach, but I think he had some role, some type of assistant behind the scenes role. No, I think he did. Yeah.
So we've got a few messages here that have been sent in. Charles Wath, the club photographer, has put Jacob getting knocked about quite a bit as well in the game also.
Yeah, I think in the first half mainly, I think, to be honest, it was probably my fault for not coming out a bit quicker. I think, I'm not sure who I hit into in the first half. It was just before Mike went down, actually. Come for the cross and just kind of got a dead hip. But it wasn't anything too bad. I went down towards the end of the game, but I don't really think it was for the hip. But it was all right. I mean, that's part of men's football, isn't it? You're going to get knocks and bruises, and if you're a goalkeeper and you can't deal with them, I mean, you probably shouldn't be playing there. So it wasn't too bad.
Mason Ford, he's put a question for Jacob. What's it like being in and around the first team at Huddersfield?
Yeah, it's to be fair, at first it was surreal. It was so extremely surreal. I couldn't believe it. I wasn't even nervous at first because I was so shocked. And then as I trained with him a bit more, the nerves started to kick in. But no, it's really, really good. It's every single day, like the training is just, the intensity is high, the quality is even higher. It's playing with top players, top coaches. The facilities are amazing, and it's an amazing experience. You learn so much. It's training. Back home when I was in Australia was good, but it's nothing compared to over here and that. So it's great. You learn so much. So it's very grateful.
Were you training under the Cowleys, Jacob? Were you?
Yeah. I was there when they came in, and that they worked really well together. I think they did pretty well when they were there. Their task was to make sure we stayed up, and they did that. And great man managers as well. To be fair to them, they always spoke to us, especially the younger players, and made sure we were doing all right, we were coping all right, stepping up, training with the first team, and that. Brought in some great players. They got Smith Rowe on loan, who was just a joke in training. He was just different class and helped keep us up as well. And now he's Arsenal star player. So definitely have a good eye.
How old was Smith Rowe?
I think it was 19. I'm pretty sure he was 19 when he came to Huddersfield. And yeah, he just looked so comfortable. He was just you could tell he was going back to Arsenal, and he was going to play. Great player.
We've got a message from Luke. The last two loan players had successful seasons in Josh Coyote and Brad Jones. Was any of the other goalkeepers like Brad James, and Ainsley Pears mentioned to you before you came on the back of their loan stints?
Yeah, no, they definitely were. That's what also Paul Clement was saying back at Huddersfield. The goalkeepers in the past have gone on to do really good things, and going through Gateshead definitely helps goalkeepers. You don't have to look too much to see that. So no, that was definitely mentioned to me. That was definitely something that caught my eye as well. When you hear that, it's definitely an eye opener and something you want to hear. Yeah. Obviously, there's the shoes to be filled there. But in saying that, obviously that's a really big positive, isn't it? So,
Luke sent another one. He said, "Don't worry, you'll get into the Australian national team after your loan." No pressure.
No, I'm definitely hoping so. There's another 23s camp, October actually. So that is one of my season goals. So that's actually another reason why I wanted to come to Gateshead and play, men's football at a good competitive level, and that definitely will help my chances.
Are the Australian camps still held for the European players still held in England?
The last one that was mainly European players was actually in Marbella. They normally go to because a lot of the staff will come from Australia, so they normally do a mutual country. Right. And the camp in October is in Indonesia. Actually,
not so bad, is it?
Yeah.
That's kind of close.
If you want document it with you if you're going.
Yeah, we'll hold your suitcases.
Yeah, yeah. No, it'll be good to have. Obviously, I would love to be a part of that, and if I'm lucky enough to go, I'd actually be spending my 21st birthday in Indonesia, so that'd be one to remember as well. So.
Oh, well, even better, Davey. There's a birthday party as well.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but
I can handle
maybe
6 days
if we
off the
go
lunch.
well. Yeah.
It's good to have that confidence and that drive, because if you don't have that, then you'll end up just staying at one level. So
exactly.
It's lovely to see that. But Mickey, have you got any more questions before we let you go?
Oh yeah. How are you settling in the northeast?
Yeah, good. If anything, better than I expected. I was coming here thinking, I'm not going to be able to understand anyone or anything like that, but it hasn't been too bad. Most of the lads all the lads are I can understand them pretty well actually. And they're great lads, and they've made me feel really welcome straight away. They sorted out my accommodation and put me into a nice little house, and I've settled in really well. I'm enjoying it. A few nice shopping centres.
Yeah, enjoying
not too
Dave
far
Allen's
away.
company.
Yeah, of course. But I settled in really well. It helps as well when you come in and you play games and you feel comfortable as well when you see what everyone's about in the games, and you're helping players, they're helping you, and you start feeling like a team straight away. You start bonding with each other, and I think I've settled in really, really quickly. I probably didn't settle in this quick when I got to Huddersfield, to be honest. So it's good, and
because Geordies are nice people,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Everyone here is actually lovely, to be fair. I haven't met one person I thought, I'd rather not chat to you. So touch wood, it stays the same. But...
See, it's because it's not Yorkshire.
Yeah. To be fair, actually, Yorkshire, Huddersfield surprised me as well. I came to England thinking there's going to be so many egos and that, but there's actually not many at all, to be fair. So.
Northerners are pretty straight up and down. If we like you, we'll talk to you. If we don't like you, you'll get called worse than muck.
Yeah.
I think we might have Jacob on for 4 hours. He's seen he's drinking Red Bull at this time of night. You'll never sleep, son.
No, I just thought a few sips just to keep me going.
Sorry, I'm sorry if I'm boring.
No, it's me. I need to make sure. Myself. Nah.
Have you been to Greg's yet?
In the fridge.
Have you been to Greg's yet? Have you had a Greg's pasty yet?
I have. I haven't been in a while. I was last time I went, I was on a bike ride with my mates, and we stopped off at Greg's actually. Well, what is it? A steak bake. That's my go-to.
Fantastic.
Steak bake, and actually, what did I get? One of those little pizza margarita things.
Yeah.
It was a joke. It was so nice. The only thing Greg's need is a microwave, because so many times, when I first came to England, I used to go, and all the steak bakes would be cold, and in Australia, them places have microwaves. Here they don't. It's they don't believe in microwaves, so it's if it's cold, you just got to deal with it. So I think they need it.
Welcome to the northeast. Son.
Honestly, you just get what you get given, and you just have to deal with it.
Just remember tomorrow morning when you put on Sky Sports News and you see on the ticker tape, it's going to have that exclusive about the steak bakes and the kids.
Honestly,
yeah.
Honestly, I should do bloody advertising for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, get them to sponsor you.
Come next game with Greg's on my shirt.
That'll be great. As long as the podcast gets some.
Exactly.
Jacob, thank you very much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on, and just wish you all the best for the season and going forward, because you're a lovely, bright young lad, and it's lovely to have you at the club.
Well, good. Thank you very much for having me. Been a pleasure, and hopefully we can get another 3 points tomorrow and again Monday.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll say well done for last Saturday.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Good luck tomorrow and for the rest of the season. I hope you stay injury free. And when you go to Indonesia, me and Davey's coming.
No worries. And
breaking news, your dad's paying.
Yeah.
Too easy.
You look beautiful in pink.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I like it more than I thought I would.
It matches your eyes.
Yeah. I'll take that.
Red Bull.
I don't
Anyway,
look good at anything, so I'll take it.
Cheers.
Good luck tomorrow. Take care.
Cheers. Thank you. Take care, guys.
There we go, Jacob Chapman. Fantastic to speak to him, and it's lovely to have him on. Just a lovely young lad. And I think back to me being at 18, I would have been frightened to move to Bladen, let alone the other side of the world. So it just shows you the drive. And there we go. The best of luck, I think, Jake. And there we go. And Jacob, he's got it right there in the end. Let's see. Yeah, you got it third time right. And we've got a message from what's it? We eat Stotties, not pizza, Dave.
I was going to mention Stotties, but I thought I was going a bit too far for the lad.
I'm probably going to cause some controversy here. Stotties, I don't like the flour on it, on the fingers.
What?
Nah.
Stotties with bacon and egg in and black pudding.
I like it at the time, but it's the I don't like the powder on my fingers. Right. We're gonna hear from Mike Williamson. He spoke to Gateshead FC TV. Remember, do follow and subscribe Gateshead FC TV for their all the content, which is fantastic from Jack McGragan. You may have noticed that he's I think he's got a new lens or a new camera, but the things he's doing with it are absolutely fantastic, and this is another example of his work.
Mike, see an away game Saturday coming up against Chester. First off, just how have the lads kind of been looking and easing in their things this week?
Yeah, we've had a good week. Obviously, got the 3 points on Saturday, so we debriefed that. Looked at where we can improve and be better. We've had a few knocks as well, so got a couple of lads who'll be touch and go for Saturday. But yeah, everyone in good spirits, and we're prepping and we're ready for a tough test on Saturday.
You mentioned a couple of lads with knocks there, who is kind of carrying things that could potentially miss out on Saturday.
Nika obviously had to come off, so he's going to be going through a leg fitness test with Keds has picked up a little bit of stiffness, so he'll be touch and go. But yeah, it's just a few, like I say, little niggles. And obviously we've got the longer term absentees, but other than that, we're looking ready.
And obviously on Saturday you had your newest signing in Matty Jacob come off the bench late on. For him specifically, is it a case of kind of easing him into things, given it's his sort of first taste of this level in senior football, really?
Yeah, it's about doing what's best for both parties, really. Obviously he's a young lad, you can tell he's got ability, but it's about him getting used to the lads in the squad and the way we want to play, and our ethos, and also it's about making sure that it's right for us. We've obviously got a very competitive squad, and it's not easy to get into the starting 11, so he's got a lot of ability, and we'll be definitely utilising that in the right time.
Of course, Chester coming up this Saturday, a team who'll have aspirations to be up and around there come the end of the season, and of course had a bit of a rough result on Tuesday night, so they're definitely going to be looking for a reaction on Saturday, aren't they?
Yeah, I think that they'll be at their best off the back of that. Obviously the managers, we know what they're about, their intensity, their charisma, they'll get the boys going. You know what we're going to get them, it's going to be a good crowd, good atmosphere, and like I say, they will be thereabouts, and I think off the back of Tuesday they'll be right up for the game.
Your first away game of the season, of course, but you're seeing it as more potentially preparing differently for home games versus away games, or for you is it the same kind of preparation and just focusing on yourselves no matter whether you're playing here or at Chester or elsewhere?
Yeah, no, it's completely focused on us. But obviously, they've got good players, they've got Weeks in midfield who wants to go and get on it, pro, and they can play through the thirds, and they've got a big man up front, Warren, who's obviously already scored a couple, so they've got a good balance in their play. So ultimately it's for us, it's about us making sure that we're at our levels, and the energy and intensity is where we want it to be.
God, by mistake there, sunshine.
Even better is this message as well. I put it up in the middle of the video there, but after David's finished eating his pizza when he's off camera, as he going for his dessert, I was devastated there. I was caught a look at myself having a good old chomp. So there we go. Well, And well, I'm being told to speak a little bit quieter for my daughter, even though she should be in bed and not coming down. Right. What can I say? Right. Let's have a little. We'll get on to the rest of previewing the weekend and what we think is going to happen. But Mickey, let's hear it for the ladies. You were there last night. Great 4-2 win. 2 wins on the bounce with a depleted squad.
Well, let's go back to Sunday. I obviously wasn't there. But to win 5-3, Carly got sent off and one of the players was sin binned. So they had 9 players at one point. And they still rode it out and won 5-3. Carly sending off is very, very contentious by all accounts. I had a quick word with Carly yesterday about it, and she says I never touched the ball with my hand; it's hit my shoulder. But that shows the lasses.
Yeah,
dug in, grounded out. Yesterday, we were clinical. We took our chances when we had them. Bolden had a fair few chances. Carly saved well, and they hit the post and the bar. But when we got our chances, we took them, and it was a really good game. Really good game. Livy played really well again, so did Dion. And I must say, there's a new lass coming called Libby West, who was actually at Borden last year.
Yeah.
And she looks quality. Looks a really good player.
Hopefully we'll be able to get down to a home game soon, and obviously keep an eye on all of the GFC ladies' social media for when the games are advertised, and of course all the details of where the games are, where the grounds are. And Charles Wath put a message that the red was very harsh.
Yeah.
So got to take these things on the chin. They'll happen to goalkeepers throughout the season. It's just. I'm not going to say she was lucky last season, but these things do happen to goalkeepers, and when they do, it's noticeable.
Definitely. She's only suspended for one game, so who will be in net for the next game? I'm not really sure. Lindsay's still suspended, and we've got a few. Pelly Mounters out for most of the season, I think. She's on a cartilage behind her knee. 2 lasses went off last night as well, so we're going to be a bit threadbare.
Yeah, I've seen them finish the game with 9 players on the pitch, but they say come up against a familiar face in former manager Mickey Gray, who's now manager of Bolden, and obviously seen on there. Sorry, go on.
I went over and spoke to Mickey. I told him before the game. Come over and see him. Where I was gonna call him as well.
Yeah.
Call him a splitter. Joking aside, it was nice to catch up with him. I can only wish Mickey well. For me, he's done a good job. Them lasses. The lasses played, but he assembled all that team, and for me, he's done a good job. And I just hope Simon does exactly the same.
Yeah, well, he started off really well, 2 wins, under difficult circumstances with injuries and obviously the red card, with Dion Slade and the schemer right back has given us a message here. Next home game on Thursday. She can join us if she wants. If she wants to give us a message, I'll send her the link if she'd like to join us and talk about the game or the 2 games. And because the games come thick and faster this season. Of course, last year was COVID hit, and it was the game got back on, and it was. Obviously a very stripped season of fixtures. But if Dion does want to come on, she gives us a thumb up. I'll send her a link and she can come and join us. But it's a great start. Both men and ladies. But the club as a whole, we did put up that interview last week with James Rushmore, and you may have seen on social media the last couple of days he's added more companies to that list. And
that is doing a fantastic job. Credit where credit's due.
So we tried to get that interview over the line when pre-season started, but every time I mentioned it in that video, that every time I went to speak to him, he said, "Come on, wait a couple of days because obviously something else is gonna come across the line," and that's still the case at the moment. And some very big companies there. The Tier 1. I think that's the only English club that they've got. I think they have couple in Serie A, Rangers in Scotland to sponsor them. So we're in good company. And big thank you to them, and a big thank you to James Rushmore for all the work that he's doing, because in all the years of being a Gated fan, I've never seen sponsors like that at the beginning of the season or at any point in the season. And he's going from strength to strength, and his hard work is paying off.
And I've got to say, Dave, using Dixon's pies for the match. Wow. I heard the chicken and leek is absolutely outstanding, but the chicken balti pies are to die for.
If Dixon's would like to feed the commentator on a match day. Also, as well, I wouldn't turn down a pint either from the Time Bank Brewery.
Time Bank Brewery. Apparently, it wasn't in.
As long as it's early on in the game, because obviously, at 1 pint and want to get home. Or slurring on the mic isn't probably a very good look.
James has done a fantastic job, and long may it continue. I think it's because it's a majority fan-led club. I think companies are more trusting.
Yeah, you can see the work that's going in. Of course, from ourselves, we just want to, say thank you to the companies as well, because we're very thankful that they're getting involved. It's really good. And 1 second, we've got a message from Jack Brannan. What we got here? How do you think about you'll do this year with your start of the season? Well, it's each game as it comes. I'm not going to get too carried away. We started last few seasons slowly, but this is just one game, and I'm sure the manager's saying the same thing to the lads. Look, let's get this next one out of the way, then focus on the next after that. But if we play like we did on Saturday, we've got more than a fighting chance against anybody in this league.
Jim Platt's first season.
Oh yeah,
charge. We beat Farnborough 3-0 on the opening day.
All Connor with 2 goals.
Yeah, and by February we were in that big brown river without a boat, never mind a paddle.
Yeah. Well, we've got another thing about Dixon's pies here. I had the chicken and leek, and it was excellent. So we might have to reach out to Dixon Pies and get them on, see if they can give us a behind the scenes of the pies getting made. Naughty.
No. Just the pie tasting competition.
trying to get some behind the scenes action of Dixon's. It's them kind of partnerships that you love to see, because I mentioned to James in the video last week that in days of old we would have just got a company to put their name on the shirt, the name on a sponsor board, and that was kind of it. It was a one-way street unless we got an FA Cup run and they got their sign seen by a mass audience. Now it's working partnerships, and it's a lovely thing to see, and hopefully it'll encourage more companies to get on board when they see what we're doing with them existing companies that are with us now. And of course as well, if anyone wants to, I think there's tickets for Monday for the hospitality. If anyone wants to go along to that, if you go on KTFC social media and their website, I might be wrong, I might be right. I think it's a reduction 25. At the moment. Yeah, 25. So get yourselves along to that if you fancy a different match day experience. And Sam Pelton, he sent another one here. Great win against Kettering on Saturday with some great attacking football on display in the first half. And excellent football played in particular by Kettering Scott. And a big well done to the ladies too as well. And thank you, Sam, for your message. And also as well, big thank you to everyone that's tuned in tonight. We've got some good viewing figures, considering we moved it back. And all of us ladies will be there supporting on Monday. Well, Dion, do you want to come on? We can send you the link. Join us for the last 10 minutes.
Give her a phone number. She's more likely to come on if you give her a phone number, Davey.
No, we could do it. 1 second. Hang on. I don't know if I've got the phone set up. 1 second. Yeah. I'll go to an advert. Honest, I swear to God, I'm not going to eat a pizza. I'll be back in a second. This is a message from our sponsors, Northern Print Solutions.
The advert's gone off.
That pizza was lush. No, I kind of find that our broadcast phone, I don't know where I put it because I wasn't expecting to be using it. But if Dion would like to join us on video, she can. But there's no pressure for her to do that. I don't want any camera. Oh, Dion, well, you could turn your camera off. You could come on and talk to us. You don't have to switch your camera on. So we could just have your audio. I'll get the link and send it to her on Facebook. And if she wants to join us, just audio only, she can do. So it would be nice to have Dion come on, but it's no pressure at all. And I'll just send this over. 1 second. So, and we'll see if Dion wants to join us. So there we go. Right. Get back to the action. But no, obviously 2 massive games this weekend. If we can come away with a point from Chester, I'm always very cautious away from home. Get a point from home, win at home. That's my philosophy. And anything after that is a bonus for the ego. But yeah, that's what I would definitely, want to.
Who would complain at 7 points out of the first 9?
Especially when you look around the league, some big teams with big ambitions this year, not getting off to the greatest of starts, in course. And no surprise to who I'm talking about in York City and Boston. 2 teams you would have thought will want to get off to brand new grounds, both full time. They would want to get up that league as soon as possible and cement themselves in them. Try and get the automatic promotion spot or the top 3. David Transport, I was really impressed with how professional the stadium looked on Saturday, and the atmosphere was awesome. Hashtag Heat Army.
The goats, boy, old goats. Fantastic.
It was.
Touch.
And Sam Pence, but I thought at the back, Lewis Story was excellent, deserved man of the match. Marshall in the defence. Well, I tell you, I've said it you off camera, Mickey, a lot of times. He's a carbon copy of Mike Williamson for me, the way he plays. He's just great to have. And Dion is with us now. She's got her camera off, but she's going to speak to us. How are you doing, Dion?
Hi, can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh,
Good evening, Dion.
Hi.
Yeah, congratulations on your first 2 wins. You must be obviously over the moon just to have football back, but to start like you have is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm buzzing. I think we can really push on. Obviously, we'll have our players back soon as well. The Americans are back this week, so good.
Fantastic.
Glad.
So, yeah, we'll need that with some of the injuries that we've had as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, meeting them at the airport, Dion.
Pardon?
Will you be meeting them at the airport?
They're already back.
Are they? All right.
Yeah.
Are that isolated?
They're jet lagged.
Oh, God.
I was nearly jet lagged when I rushed over to get another slice of pizza from the other side of the kitchen there. But obviously, we've got a new manager this year in Simon. How's it been since he's come in?
It's been really good. I think the atmosphere is really well. I like his training, and he's got some goals set for it, and I think it's going to go really well this season.
Good. I say we did hope to have him on tonight, but I left it a bit late, and he already had plans tonight. I think he was washing his hair, but he couldn't style it because you just have to wash it. But no, Simon's a lovely lad, and obviously he's a young coach that's got ambitions to do well. And is that apparent in training and things? Because you mentioned he set out goals there. Is it apparent to see what his targets are?
Yeah, it's good. So, we go from a game and he sets, targets for the next game of what we haven't done so well. And you can see each week we're working on them things that is paying off. His training is really good.
Fantastic. And how are you finding the step up as well? Because obviously it's a higher league this year. Is there much of a difference thus far?
I don't think we've been tested yet. Obviously, I think there's bigger tests within the league. But yeah, obviously these red cards with Carly hasn't helped with.
Yeah.
But I think we're yet to be tested, to be fair, and push to our limits.
So, Mickey, you were down there yesterday. Are you still there, Mickey?
Yeah.
Mickey's froze on us here. It's his best look he's ever had, to be honest. Oh, he's disappeared. Oh, no, there he is. He's back now. Mickey, you were down there yesterday. How are you finding it?
I thought yesterday was a bit of a test for them, to be honest. But I'm not just saying it. I'd already said it before. I thought Dion played really well. Young Libby played well, and well, Livy's just Livy, isn't she? To be fair.
Olivia Black.
So,
Yeah, but Libby's just young and got lots of potential.
I mean, how old is she? Is it true she's
16.
only 16?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
She's
Davey, I'm
absolutely
telling you,
unreal.
you have to go and see her. She's an absolute talent. Like,
Oh, fantastic.
I
Well,
tell
that's
her all the
cool.
time she can play with her eyes closed. The passes are just unbelievable from her.
who was it? Was it her and Jade were linking up yesterday really well, and her and Katie Lemon.
Yeah.
Katie Lemon doesn't stop either, does she? So it's nice to have some schemers in the side.
Yeah, we took our chances really well yesterday. Like, it was good.
I mean, they had 3 ringers, didn't they?
Well, yeah, they had 3 dual sign from Shields.
Is that last who got sent
The one
off
that
was
got a
one
red
that's
card.
on Shields, isn't it?
The Shields coach isn't happy, like.
Is he not?
No.
You wouldn't expect to loan a player out and or dual registration to get sent off. And...
Well, will that be a 3-match ban because it was an elbow, wasn't it, Dion?
Yeah, because it's like deliberate kind of foul. So yeah.
Yeah.
3.
And also,
I think that'll be for Shields as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, am I right in thinking as well that this season with the promotion that we enter the FA Cup this year as well?
Yeah, we have. So we've got it's on the 12th.
Gisborough Town, innit?
Gisborough, yeah, on the 12th.
Do you know much about them, or what league are they from?
No, so I know they play in Blythe's league. That's all I know about them. They've got some quite good scores up. I was looking at the page.
Oh, they're just doing their homework. Fantastic.
I wouldn't expect anything else from Dion.
Nah, we've already all looked.
All done your homework. Is that the homework Simon set you?
Yes.
You have to write an essay.
Well, one of the things I want to set you a task is, I mean, we've already spoke to Jacob Chapman tonight, but what's your favourite Greg's product?
Oh, that's hard. Probably a ham and cheese baguette. I'm so plain.
Ham and cheese baguette.
I do like the chicken and mayonnaise baguette there from
I
Greg's.
like them heated up.
I'm more a tandoori chicken than that. Like,
but you know what I think it is? I reckon that the baguettes from Dixon's are probably better.
Yeah.
All of us girls are going to the game on Monday as well.
Oh, good. We'll have you cheering.
You should be there with a trophy in front of the crowd, to be fair, Dion. You deserve a round of applause for winning that tin pot.
Definitely.
We're in the corporate with all like Simon and that, so it should be good.
Hey, corporate as well.
Corporate. Yeah, I bet you've been getting the glad rags for that, are you?
We're in the trackies.
Oh, God, hey.
Oh, yeah, the girls from Berkeley, man. What do you expect? I'm only joking. I don't know why I'm saying that. I can run. It shouldn't catch me. Right, but Dion, thank you very much for joining us. I know we'll caught you off guard, and I'll say next time we'll have your camera on. I know you'll have your glad rags on.
It's just I'm in bed.
All right. Well, the next episode will be called "In Bed with Dion." It's going to be the rise to fame of the Gated Ladies player.
That'll be kind of me, Davey, Jamie, and Dion all in the same bed, just in an interview.
Oh yeah, I just
drinking cocoa with slippers on.
I've been looking to take the podcast in a new direction. I think next week we'll do Robbie Tinklers. We'll get into bed with him, and then Mike Williamson.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Dion.
Bye.
That's it. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
That was a pleasure.
That's one in the podcast. We'll look forward to
that was the polite way of saying I've had enough of yours now.
I think we're gonna have to change the name to Under the Covers with the Heed. So, but yeah, no, Mickey.
You have to sit there in the quilt.
Yeah. all in individual sleeping bags, I think would be the way to go with that. So hopefully we can get a good crowd against guys. Hopefully we can bring in a good following also. Yes, and it would just be nice to, build on what we've done, and it helps repay the sponsors as well if more people are seeing their their names there at the game, and that's what it's all about. But say,
Those
what's your
guys they started, by the way.
I don't think there's. I'm not too sure. I'll have to have a look.
Luke or Mason or David Tron. See if you
Someone
can
like
find it.
But let's say, Mickey, what's your predictions for the two games?
Oh, I'm a bit like you. I would always take a point. I'll always take a point away from home.
Yeah.
Especially since they got beat 3-0 at home on Monday, was it?
Mm-hmm.
I would take a point and win down there and take a point at home. If we got 7 points out of 9 from the first 3 games, I'd be delighted.
Without a doubt. But 9 would be even better, wouldn't it? Half-time pie eating contest. I'm up for that. If you get free pies. Dion was fantastic last night. Great to hear. Charles has put now, boys. Now we'll not be seeing that when we're coming around to his house for the
yes, under the covers with Charlie.
Under the covers with Charlie. Sounds like an intriguing read, that one, doesn't it? I've already put that one. I'm sorry. Yeah. We could go down the right rabbit hole here. Thursday is at home, 6:30 kickoff, I believe. Mason was asking if the ladies' game was at home.
Right.
They're playing Hebben Involve, and that should be good. David Kenny, the first man to drop the F-bomb on the Heat Army podcast. He's gone for 2-1 against Chester and 2-0, guys. Yeah, I'd take that. I would take that every day of the week.
I admire David Kenny's positivity.
I do. And fantastic. Well,
he had his family over from Austria, didn't he? At the thingy game, the Kettering game.
I heard those people from Austria at the game, and I didn't put 2 and 2 together. So I hope they enjoyed it.
I think it's his girlfriend's family. I think I might be wrong.
I think you might be right. But yeah, I would say, Mickey, we thought we might have a short show tonight. We thought we might just do 40 minutes. But say a very big thank you to Jacob Chapman coming on, absolutely lovely lad, and also Dion as well coming on for the late cameo. So put her on the spot and embarrassed her. Sorry?
Especially as she was in bed, bless her.
I know, but we've got another prediction here. David Trons went 3-1 and 3-1. So he's fancying that. And yep, it was the father-in-law that came over to sample the delight of Dixon's Pies and the Time Bank Brewery. We'll not mention Greg's again, because we should have really not done that.
Dixon's.
Dixon's is better than Greg's.
Get t-shirts for the next podcast. Dixon's, we love you.
Greg's. Not sponsors next season or the season after, and this comes up as gets pulled out.
And you could buy the pies after the game, whatever was left, Davey.
I believe there was a discount, wasn't there? But I don't think that happened in the next game, because I think everyone will be in demand for trying the chicken and leek.
Oh, I must try the chicken and leek one.
Well, everyone's confident here. 2-0 away to Chester, 2-0 at home to Guiseley. Well, let's hope we do get similar scorelines to that in Gateshead's favour. It would be absolutely fantastic. Massive thank you to everyone that's tuned in tonight, because obviously we don't normally do it on a Friday. It was just because of the ladies' game. We wanted to make you want to go that, and thought we could have them go there and be able to talk about it, and we'll see. Hopefully
next week, and I'll, Davey, I'm afraid.
Well, might be able to get you on that. Might be able to tune in later on that one if it's a home game, isn't it? So,
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure.
We might go to 10 o'clock on that one. But anyway, a big thank you.
Live one.
Yeah, Mickey, as ever, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us, and thanks for listening to us, everyone.
Yeah, and as I say, we'll sign off. Remember, do share, subscribe. That's what we want. Try and get as many as them people in the town and we are starting to see this, and people from further afield, to keep them up to date on Gateshead. And a big thank you as well to say James Rushmore for his interview last week. He was absolutely fantastic. And say on Monday, keep an eye out for James Rushmore. He's the one that looks like David Bond walking under. James Bond. I don't know who David Bond is.
It's his brother. He sells the dividends.
He does. On that note, bye.
See you later.